Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Dunkin Music Lounge today. My name is Shelley Rome, and we have a special guest today. You know her as Courtney from High School Musical, the series. You know her as, what's your character's name in Liana from Descendants, Rise of the Red. I mean, she's been in a bunch of Disney shows. She is just killing the game right now, and we're so excited to have her. Hi, Dara Reneé.
Hi. Oh my gosh, I love you guys.
We'll like boost your ego anytime you
I
want.
know, I'm like,
by.
my self-esteem is going higher by the minute.
Here's what I love, though. I feel like your self-esteem is at a very healthy place, and I say that can sound very like, your self-esteem is just really healthy right now. But I say that in such a genuine way, and I think that really inspires a lot of, especially young women, just to see somebody so, comfortable in their skin and themselves all the time. So,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's something that when we watch you, it's just so apparent.
Thank you.
You're also very kind. You literally spoke to everybody in here. You did a sweet video for someone's daughter. I mean, and obviously your mom is here and she seems really sweet. So
Shout out to my mom.
It's super obvious where, that stems from. So how are you?
Thank you. I'm so good. I'm so grateful to be here. I watch you guys all the time.
Yay.
So I'm like, yay.
Well, we watch you all the time.
Thank you.
So how's your summer been?
It's been really fun. I mean, Descendants premiered this July, and so literally it's been a whirlwind. I got to go to Disney World, which I've never been to before in my life, and so I got to go on the Tiana ride, and everything was really fun.
I love that. I mean, it's so cool that when the movie came out, Descendants: Rise of the Red, what was it like? The most streamed Disney Channel original movie. We got to brag a little bit, like in its premiere. Like that's got to be a great feeling.
Oh my goodness, it was such a whirlwind. It was like we were #1 on Billboard for the soundtrack, and then we also had the most streamed, next to Love Island. Shout out to Love Island.
Well, of course.
I was like a great co-partner to have because I'm watching that show. So.
Which is funny because it's the complete opposite type of entertainment.
I know. I was like, oh, we're with Love Island, period.
Moms and kids and everybody watching, obviously, the Disney Channel movies. So do you remember let's go back a little bit. Do you remember your first Disney audition?
Oh my goodness. That's a great question. Yes, I do. I was auditioning at the High School Musical open call in 2015. And that was where my Disney journey started. And it has just been a whirlwind ever since. I mean, I waited in that line for maybe 12 hours with my mom. And everybody just had all these credits and they were just so successful. And I just remember being so intimidated because I was like, I'm literally a freshman in high school. I don't know. I'm like, what? I don't have any credits. The only thing I have is school plays, which is good too. I now found out. But it was so amazing. And so after then they introduced me and I got Freaky Friday.
I mean, it's such a great story. It's like a classic. I showed up, I auditioned, and then I was casted story.
I know. I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't think it would happen to me, but I feel like I manifested it and I prayed for it, and I'm grateful every single day because I know in a heartbeat this could be different.
Yeah. Wait, so we got to talk a little bit about, before we'll get back to the Descendants, of course, we got to talk a little bit about High School Musical, the series.
Yeah.
Courtney's such an iconic character.
Thank you.
Do you remember, do you have a favorite memory from set or something that you carry with you? I don't know, something that stays in your heart from that time of shooting?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, we've had so many fun moments. I got really, really lucky with this cast because we're friends on and off the stage. I must say one of my favorite moments was we all kind of got very, very close during the pandemic because we were in Utah and we didn't really know anybody. So we would go over each other's house. I had Thanksgiving with Frankie and everybody and Joe, and we all just came together and we really just took that time and we bonded. But we've been bonding since season 1. I mean, Tim Federle did an amazing job at making sure we all took a moment and understood who each of us were as humans. And luckily, we all were pretty cool. And so I just fell in love with everybody. everybody their talent and their heart. So it's been amazing.
I love that. So you guys are still close. You guys still hang out.
Yes, I just went to Olivia's concert. Oh, guts. Go to see it, please. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And I literally just did Larry's podcast. Wow. I just sang with Joe. I had a sleepover with Sophia, Julia, and Sailor. So we're very close.
I love that. I love that for you guys so much. Also, Kylie.
Yes.
So let's go back a little bit to this summer.
Yes.
You guys are starring in The Descendants, Rise of the Red together.
I know.
So it's kind of cool that
it's so cool.
You had a friend on this new set. What was that like?
Oh my goodness. Well, Kylie Cantrell is absolutely a talent, and she's so kind and amazing. And so she was on High School Musical with me. She played Danny. And so I remember we would share little things that we heard about Descendants. We'd be like, did you hear the new song that they just added? And I was like, no, show me. And I heard Red for the first time, and she heard Perfect Revenge for the first time on set of High School Musical. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so cool. And we just geeked out. And then filming Descendants was even more fun. I mean, that cast, I also got lucky again.
I think it's you, though. No, I think it's you. There's a common denominator here.
Thank you. It's been so fun. And then being able to play dress up. I mean, I love dressing up as a kid, and I used to cosplay when I was younger, and I make my clothes like when I do different things.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I didn't make this, though.
I was going to say, tell me about the dress.
Didn't make this one, but I remember the first thing I ever made was like, I was going to Marseille Martin's birthday party, and it was Far, Far Away themed, so everything was gowns. And I was like, how do I find a gown that's not like $10,000? And I remember I just literally but I glued pieces together and I created my own look. I spray painted everything, and I was like, oh, I really love this. And then I designed my premiere outfit for Descendants.
Girl, how did you learn how to do that?
YouTube University. But no, my grandmother literally was a seamstress. And so before she passed, she would try to give me as much notes, even though I was so young and I wasn't really appreciating it at the time. But she showed me, she would make my Halloween costume every single Halloween. Like I would be like saying things that don't even exist yet. And she's like, I'll make it happen. And so she showed me that anything is possible if I just do hard work and I put my mind to it.
Oh my God. Do you have like a favorite, something that you made that like something like you think is your best creation?
Oh my gosh. I put together a piece. It was like two separate pieces that I like cut up and like, cause I don't know how to sew. Okay. I'm still learning, but I'll just like cut up things and I'll like put pieces together that probably weren't together in the first place. And I would say my favorite that I put together was my D23. I forgot what year it was, but it was when High School Musical performed for the last time.
Wow.
On the stage. And I made this gold dress. I cut it up. I went to another seamstress. I was like, listen, I need you to hem the bottom because I can't sew. She's like, okay, I got you. So I feel like that was really cute.
That's so cool.
Thank you.
So cool. So it's designing in your future. Do you see a clothing line in your future?
I would love to pull a Rihanna.
Let's go.
And have a Fenty.
Let's go.
So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yes, absolutely. So speaking of D23, isn't that where it was announced that you're going on tour
Yes.
with the cast of The Descendants and
zombies? Yeah.
Tell us about that.
It's actually so insane because I've never been on tour before, and I've never experienced anything like performing at D23 that night because it was at the Toyota Center, which is an arena, and I've never done that before. And I was so nervous. I was like, please, Lord, don't let me mess up. Don't let me mess up and mess everybody else up. But it's really cool. And then once I got on stage, I was like, I want to go on tour. And I was so lucky that Disney made this a possibility for all of us. I think the last time they had a tour was Cheetah Girls in Hannah Montana.
Whoa.
And the Jonas Brothers. It's been so long. So the fact that they trust us enough to go on tour and represent them and have fun and meet all these beautiful people, I'm excited.
What was it like just being in front front of all those people? Because I would imagine it's an addicting feeling, right? Like when you're standing there, you're having so much fun, and then everybody's just sort of screaming for you and cheering for you.
It definitely was so quick. Like, I feel like that's when I really realized, like, oh, this is fast. Like, take in the moment, because it can be gone like that. And I was on stage. I don't think I heard anybody screaming because I was just in my head with the counts. I was like, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. Because it was so many people. I was like, oh my gosh. So I was not in the moment at the time. I was so in my head. But looking back at it, I was like, wow, such an honor to be on a stage like that. And then be after Patti LuPone with Agatha all along. I was like, oh my gosh, yes.
You mentioned that you were nervous. I just wonder, you're obviously like such a performer. You've been doing this for so long. What do you do though when you have those moments, either on set or on stage, where you feel the nerves taking over? How do you deal?
Oh my gosh, I'm still learning. But it's one thing that I do. I take a deep breath and I hold it in for 10 seconds and then I let it out. I remember I saw that, or a therapist told me that, or of some sort. And then I just pray. And I'm just like, please, God, give me the courage to do what I'm supposed to do right now, and whatever's supposed to happen will happen.
Amen.
And whatever happened does happen. So.
Yeah. The deep breathing, guys, is a game changer.
Yes.
It's like in for 3, holds for 3,
yes,
out for 3.
No, literally, like, I was in line for D23, and some of my dancers, I was like freaking out, of course, because I was like standing next to Patti LuPone, and then people from Marvel came out, and I was like, this is just too much greatness in this hallway. And I'm in my Uliana costume, and I'm like, hey. And one of I'm not going to say who, but one of the actors that's very, very famous looked at all of us and was like, Smurfs. And I was like, okay. But I was like, purr, you got us on that one, girl.
I mean, and then we get humbled.
Yes, I was like, back to reality. She's here. But my dancer taught me how to breathe in a square.
Oh, okay.
Which is, so it's like you hold for like 3, and then you take it out, and then you hold. And the way he said it was really good.
Okay,
So
I'm like,
calmed me a lot. I know, just.
Yeah, that really works. Speaking of
okay, Alyssa Edwards.
Okay.
Yes.
Speaking of, celeb encounters, do you have like a favorite one, or somebody that you've always wanted to meet that you did, or someone that was even like a fan and they're like, oh my God, I love you, and you're like, you know me?
Oh my gosh. Oh. It's definitely between China Anne McClain and Brandy. Oh my gosh. China Anne McClain, I cried because I literally remember when I first met her, I was in line at the Sherman Oaks Galleria holding her picture from Ant Farm, and I was like waiting for her to sign it with a bunch of people, and I just remember she was so nice to me in my fedora and my Justice outfit with leopard and cheetah. Oh, back in the day, don't look those pictures up. But she looked fabulous, and she said to me, she was like, you're so beautiful, and I was like that made such a difference in my life back in that time, you know, going through puberty and figuring out who I was, and just hearing someone who I looked up to tell me that I was beautiful. I was like, wow. And I was like, if I ever get to where you are, I want to be like you in interacting with people who love you. And when I met Brandy, I was shaking. I was like,
the most underrated singer on the planet.
Oh my gosh, she's so powerful. Like literally in my community, she's like, well, in my community, she's over. We love her. We love, like, literally, she's like everybody. We love Brandy. Brandy has made such a difference in my community as representation as Cinderella, as representation as Moesha. Yeah. I mean, literally, she has changed so many lives, including my own. And when I met her, I was like shaking. I couldn't talk. And she's like, it's okay, baby. You're okay. You're okay. And I was like, and she is so special to me. She's so down to earth, and she's so cool. And I was like, I can't believe I'm in a movie with Brandy. So yeah, she's made such a difference to me and so many girls who look like me. So I love her.
Amen. She's obsessed. I'm just as obsessed with her as you are.
I love her.
So, okay, speaking of music, you're obviously a fabulous singer. Do you have any like music plans? Are you like giving us an album at some point?
Yes, I am. It's definitely it's so interesting because I'm learning how to vocally produce myself. The bad part is I'm a perfectionist, so I'm like, nobody can hear it until it's perfect. But my mom is pushing me and my friends are pushing me to release because I'm a little insecure because I'm like, this is my life experiences and it's such a vulnerable thing for me because when you're acting, you get to be someone else, but when you're singing, it's you, it's your stories. And so I always say I'm a little Erykah Badu and a little Doja Cat in my music. So hopefully people like that.
We got a little of the conscious stuff. We got a little of the ratchetness.
Yeah, well, you know, a little pop.
A little pop. Oh, that's what you meant. That's what you meant.
Yeah.
Right. Doja is pop. That's
yeah,
right. Exactly.
Pop, a little hip hop, a little, you know.
Who are you listening to right now? Like, who's on your playlist?
Oh my gosh, so many people. Oh my goodness, I would definitely say Chapel Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's brilliant. I'm also I've been a fan of Jhené Aiko since I was a little girl. Like, she's gotten me through so much stuff. Somehow I'm in the country now. Thank you, Beyonce.
Yeah, she made country cool again, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was because, you know, I used to listen to like Carrie Underwood when I was little, and I used to listen to country music, but I didn't really know it was country music. I was just like, every time I would go visit my family, I would hear it because some of my family lived in the South, and I was like, oh, this is dope. Yeah. And then my mom would be like, that's country, and I was like, oh, word? Okay, purr. I'm rocking with it. And so I just got reintroduced to it by Beyonce and musical theater. I've been trying to sing Ladies Who Lunch, Patti LuPone's version, so I'm addicted to music. Oh, and I'm on my 70s groove right now with Donna Summers and Barbara Streisand, No More Tears. So, okay.
You have eclectic taste. All of the the slightly older women in here are like, yes! Yes! So we got to talk about Broadway.
Yes.
Are there shows you're going to see while you're here in New York? Is there something you want to see?
Oh my goodness. Well, there are shows that I saw at Elsie Fest, and I'm like, when it comes out, when it debuts, I want to see it. Like Drag the Musical, I want to see that. Oh, all y'all have to see it. Like, they told me a little bit about it, and it's like extraordinary. I was like, oh my gosh. And I saw Alaska perform. I was like, like, it was so good. And so I definitely want to see that when it comes out. I want to see Hadestown again, even though I saw it in LA. But I'm like, when you see it on Broadway, like, it's home. Like, that's their stage is like, you know, it's their stage. Oh my gosh, it's so many things I want to see. I'm like a Broadway nerd, so the fact that you brought this up, it's like...
I can tell. So now my question is, what's your dream Broadway role? Like, you're up there and you're doing your thing.
Oh, that's such a good question. Oh my goodness. If it was back in the day, I would definitely love to be... I would love to be in Dreamgirls. I think that would be good. Yeah, Curtis was supposed to... Oh, no.
I saw it. No, I saw
Curtis was supposed to love me.
Love me.
Yeah. It's okay. We got to watch it again.
Okay. And now I'm trying to think of the song. You're gonna love me.
Shout out to Jennifer Holliday and Jennifer Hudson.
Yes. Okay. I'm with you.
Yes. I love Dreamgirls. Oh,
so
my
good.
gosh. So good.
So good. Okay. My last question about this. If you could play like an iconic singer on Broadway, like I'm thinking like Aretha, Tina, anybody.
Yes.
Cher, I don't know.
Oh, I love, shout out to Cher. Oh, I wanted to see that musical too.
It was so good.
I know it was.
So good.
Oh my gosh, shout out to Cher. Oh my god. I guess, if they ever did a musical about Beyonce.
Okay, done.
Period.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
Or Eartha Kitt. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Everybody's like,
I love that. I mean, obviously you would kill that. All right, so we're in our Dunkin Music Lounge.
Dunkin. America runs on
Dunkin. And so I have to know, if you walk into a Dunkin' Donuts and anybody could be sitting at a table and then you're having a latte or a mochaccino or anything that you like at Dunkin', who's it? Who is it? Who are you like having a Dunkin' date with?
Ooh, dead or alive?
Anybody. Now I have "You're Gonna Love Me" stuck in my head. You're gonna love
me. I gotta hear you sing the whole thing.
You don't want that.
I feel like you would kill it though, low key.
I would try really hard.
I would love to. Oh my gosh! I mean, there's so many brilliant people in this world. It's like, who do you choose? That's such a good question.
Okay, so I'll narrow it down. If
Yeah.
there was somebody that you could maybe ask a question or get some inspiration from, who would that be? You know.
My grandmother. Yeah, I definitely would. Oh, not me about to cry, Lord. I feel like she had so much wisdom and so much love, and I feel like I didn't take advantage of it in that moment because I was so young. But now I feel like we would be besties because my mom tells me you guys are the same people. So definitely my grandmother, and we can talk as an adult.
Aw, I know. I feel like it's so crazy. Like as we get older, it's like we really appreciate the phone calls from our moms, and I
Yeah.
stop like ignoring them. I'm like, okay,
You know?
like I you know, it does end at some point. So I really want to have like I don't want to ignore her too much.
No,
I
me
want
too. Like when I was in college, I was like, "Nah, mom, I'm good." And then I was like, "Mom, I need your help. I'm at a party. I want to go home."
Yep. So before I let you go, there was one more thing I wanted to ask you. You talked about meeting some of your idols who just sort of like Brandy and who kind of inspired you. And, when you went to the meet and greet, who was at the
Period, me
meet?
too.
No, who did you meet at the meet and greet that changed your life?
Ooh,
Did I,
At
guys, help me. China.
At the
my-
meet and greet. Oh yeah,
my
China
memory
McLean.
doesn't
China
exist.
McLean.
Yeah, and you said that she really inspired you. And,
Yes.
and so I think it's so great. It's anytime words are escaping me. Anytime so far I've seen you 2 times interacting with people, and you did a video for a young girl. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you had to say anything to young girls who are looking up to you and kind of want to do what you do, and they want to have that China moment. What would you say to
Yes.
them?
Oh my gosh. Whoa. Well, props to you too, because you're literally slaying it right now. Sidebar. Girl, and when I was younger, I wanted to do what you did.
Did you
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Well, wait, you hosted the Bake Off show.
I
so
did
you
host
kinda-
the Bake Off show.
You kind of did it.
Because I remember, oh my gosh, I don't know if they still do this anymore, but back in the day, they used to have these things where we would fill out our job applications, and I was
Yeah.
like, I want to host like how you're doing, like for something like I heard Disney. I heard media. I'm sorry, Disney's like in my brain. But I just remember, like, I was like, oh, like I want to be able to be powerful enough to not only be in this position, but also to be able to open the door for someone else. So, which you're doing right now, by the way. Shout out to Queen. Period.
See, you're doing it right now.
Thank you. But I definitely would say to have fun. You know what I mean? Life is too short to let someone else's opinion of you affect your choice of life. As you see, I wear what I want. I style my hair how I want. And I'm so happy because I live each day. I mean, sometimes I get sad, trust me. It gets dark. But I live each day in my truth. And it's definitely hard, especially in this industry, especially in this world, to completely and fully be yourself when, in some places it's not accepted. But I just want you to know that you are loved, you are important, you are needed, and you are wanted. And this world would be nothing if we didn't have people like you in it. Period.
Look at proud mom.
Shout out to my mom.
Yay! Thank you so much for stopping by, giving us some
Thank you
time.
for having me. I'm such a fan of yours. I literally love watching this.
Can you cut that? I need that. I need that clip. Thank you again. So, Descendants, the Rise of Red.
Yes.
I'm forgetting everything.
No, it's okay.
It's out,
Yes.
and you're going on tour, so
Yeah.
look out for that. Anything
Thank
else you
you.
want to let us know about that's coming up?
I'm a global ambassador of Pantene, so I can hook you up with your hair if you need it.
Hey, I think we all do.
Hey.
Dara, Reneé, thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you coming to our Dunkin Music Lounge.
Thank
You guys have been a great audience.
I know.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.